respected judges, all the participants giving various logics in today's program, the viewers. This is me, Vishwas Adhikari from grade 11, Basic Mathematics Group C. So we all are aware with the fact that today we are here debating to one of the very contemporary and rising issue regarding will the parliament dissolve, can the midterm election have to dissolve? As we all are familiar with the fact that our parliament has been dissolved on 20 December 2020 by our President, Mrs. Vidya Devi Bhandari, on the recommendation of our Prime Minister, Mr. K.P. Sharma Oli. So before getting into the fact, before pondering the analysis regarding the parliament dissolution, we should understand what our constitution says regarding this fact, the recently established constitution of Nepal. Mainly, regarding the parliament dissolution, there are two parts in the constitution. Number one, Article 76, Clause 7. I would not meant to tell the direct words written in it, but I would like to summarize it. If the majority government cannot be formed, there is the provision of coalition government. If the coalition government cannot be formed, a minority government. Even the minority government doesn't become able to gain the vote of confidence within 30 days, then there is the provision that any leader who can gain the vote of confidence within the parliament can tell this particular objective to the president, and he or she will be elected as the prime minister, but he or she should get the vote of confidence within 30 days. But if he or she will not be able to gain the vote of confidence, then he or she can recommend the president to dissolve the parliament, and through this hierarchy, only and only the parliament can be dissolved. Similarly, in Article 85, Clause 1, it says, unless dissolved earlier, pursuant to the Constitution, the term of House of Representatives is 5 years. Unless dissolved earlier, pursuant to this Constitution. Now, let's get into the major debate. In order to understand will the parliament really dissolve and midterm election will help or not, we need to understand what is the positive aspect, what is the positive side of the parliament dissolution, and what is the negative side. In my conviction, in my opinion, the only positive side I see in this dissolution act given by the government is that people are tired of these old leaders. Saying very frankly, people are tired of these old leaders. Let's not talk about the ruling party, we have seen what has happened. Let's talk about the opposition party. This act is considered unconstitutional by many intellectual people. So isn't it the responsibility of the opposition party to be in the front line of the protest and speak against it? But they are completely silent. Why? There's a Nepali term, Dubya Atma Laddu. Isn't it? Even if it happens midterm election or general election, they might win. So why do speak? But being the major opposition party in the parliament, isn't it their particular responsibility to speak against it? But no, everything is silent. So most probably, good people with a better vision might be selected and not always these old people. That might be a particular aspect of this party, of the parliament dissolution. A positive side, a glance in the darkness, that is only one aspect I see. Now, let's get into the negative aspect of the parliament dissolution. There are quite a lot, but I'd like to list some. We have seen what has happened in the elections. The elections will not begin just, the first election will not happen in Baisakh. There were many general elections held, but what has happened? The same leaders have been repeated each and every time. Corruption hasn't decreased, crimes haven't decreased. So what's the matter of having another election? Just cost and cost. Secondly, most of the intellectual people and our 4 previous chief justices have told this particular act by the government is unconstitutional in nature. Not only that, it has created instability in the nation. Corruption and crime might increase due to this unstable act of the government. The government might dissolve or the parliament might dissolve. Secondly, expense. 30 billion Nepalese rupees worth just to fulfill the demand of a single individual who couldn't maintain unity in his party. 30 billion. Most expensive election ever. Then after, even for the other leaders, it will be the same example. If they cannot cope up with the parliament, they will simply dissolve it. So what's the matter of having a constitution if there is always instability? So these are some of the key points that I find that is against. But in a nutshell, I'd like to say the parliament will not dissolve because the Supreme Court even has public pressure. It's not only about political pressure or appointed by the government, it has even the public pressure. So the parliament should not dissolve, and I hope it will maintain the Supreme Court will maintain its legacy, and that's what I think. Thank you, everyone.
Global College of Management, Mid Baneshwar. Management studies from +2 to master's level. Phone 449021 www.globalcollege.edu.np